social media have two psychological loops. The first one is the content creator loop, and the second one is the entrepreneur loop. You guys, here we go. Let's talk about the first one. So when you're doing personal content creation, you typically go back and you look at your videos or you look at what you post most of the time, right? And we probably look at it a couple of times throughout the day because it makes you feel good. It gives you a dopamine hit because you're seeing yourself, some of the girls be doing the cutesy pictures like this, or they might be out with their girls showing what their mimosa that they're drinking, or the guys be out with their bros doing their bro thing, right? So that makes you feel good. So you'll continuously go and look at it throughout the day, maybe throughout the week, maybe a couple of months, you go back and you check it out. However, you have the entrepreneur loop where that changes psychologically, it changes drastically. It changes how you approach your content because now the mindset change and there's more risk. There's more risk of rejection. There's more risk of low engagement. There's more risk of being judged or being criticized, right? Or at least that's what we believe, or there's a high possibility that may happen because now we're selling something. Not only are we selling something, we're asking people to invest in what we have. And a lot of people don't like to sell because a lot of us have a negative perception or bias against selling, not realizing that we are always selling ourselves, even when we're doing personal content creation. So the loop between the two is approached differently. One gives you the dopamine hit, and the other one give you anxiety. But the challenge is not really the loop. The challenge is the mindset that's behind the psychological loop, and realizing that if you show up as your authentic self, as when you're doing your personal content creation, then when you're becoming an entrepreneur, you're making that transition, then you're not going to have that nervousness. Then when you show up to the camera, you show up to the camera as who you are, right? If you have charisma, you're going to be charismatic. If you are more corporate, then you're going to present yourself more corporate. You're not going to try to change. And that's where the challenge is at. People trying to they change themselves when they're making that transition. And for most people, making that transition, it brings up a lot of fear, it brings up a lot of insecurities, and it brings up a lot of things that prevent them from putting their business out there in the public to, I guess, to build a business. I mean, that's the reality of it. And the challenge is changing that mindset, is a mindset shift, because the rejection is just something you believe that you may have. There's billions of people in this world, and at least 100 or 200 or 500 of them want what you're selling. It's just understanding that I'm always going to be selling something, either myself or a product, right? And this is what I teach at Certitude. I have a whole framework how to break this down to help people who struggle with being a social media psychological loop. So therefore, that they don't be afraid when they come up in the camera, right? They don't be afraid when they have to speak or ask people to listen, book a service, or ask someone to, I have this product, you should check it out, and let them know what I'm selling is valuable and is going to add value to your life. And saying that, for most people, it can feel scary, right? And me understanding this and the psychological loop of being visible on social media, I teach people how to understand that. So therefore, especially new entrepreneur, so therefore they can go in front of the camera and be like, yes, I'm ready for this. Like, I'm selling. Okay, that's it. I'm done.